I started to do the 1000 kill mark challenge back last year when I was flying the Yeetus. The rules of the challenge are quite simple. The goal is to destroy over 1000 ships without losing your ship, and so far I have achieved the challenge with about 10 or 11 ships, the Revelation being the last one that has achieved the goal. A couple days ago I've hit the magic number, and well, it means that it will be time to part ways with the Revelation very soon. Now, I will explain what I planned for this ship. Now, usually I keep flying the ship, and I probably fly the Revelation from time to time, or when it's required to be on the field, but I plan to turn this ship into the Chemosh. That's basically my goal, and that's basically going to be the fate of this ship. Now, we all know how the current carriers are being manufactured, and I'm talking about the faction carriers. You basically have to have a couple Imperial ones in order to be able to manufacture the faction one, and I believe that it's going to be the same case for the faction Dreadnought. So I will keep this ship safe until then, and when the time arrived, then this ship will be gloriously turned into the Blood Raider Dreadnought, and I think that's a fitting way to part ways with this monster. But so far the relation has been amazing, and I'm very happy that I've managed to achieve the goal with this ship. The first target for today will be a Bhaalgorn. My Daredevil alt already on the way to web the target. The Bhaalgorn already into armor. Okay, the Bhaalgorn now into 35% armor. And the Bhaalgorn is destroyed. Okay, very nice. Very nice start. Now where is the wreck? There is the wreck. Let me go and loot, because a Bhaalgorn is usually quite expensive and there is a lot of salt in local. So not really sure what kind of kill this Bhaalgorn was, but there is a big chance that we have a pretty expensive kill here. No cargo hold left. Well, that's typical. 533 million. The Bhaalgorn dropped 2 Predator webs, which is very nice. Okay, so I guess I'll have to go and dock to unload the loot. And while the Daredevil is warping, let's take a look at the kill. 15.2 billion. You know, I did not expect to beat my own records in the same week, but I guess it happened. First, the 15 billion capital ship, it was a freighter I believe, and now a 15.2 billion Bhaalgorn. Well, very nice. And this Bhaalgorn is also red, which means that I'll be paid for shooting down this ship. And honestly, having extra ISK is always nice. The loot drops could be better, but I'm not going to complain much. Basically, going to get paid for the kill mail and going to get paid for the loot, which is a very good combination already. Okay, let me unload the Daredevil, move to item hangar. I have a lot of stuff in this hangar that needs to be transported to my main account to be sold on the market. Next target, we have one Vindicator. Daredevil on the way to web the Vindicator. Webbed the Vindicator already into hole, and the Vindicator is destroyed. Nice. The second faction battleship for today. Let me check out the wreck. My cargo already kind of full, so 9.3 billion. Well, I guess it's the Christmas present for us. This is being recorded on Christmas, by the way. All of the kills that you will see here are probably going to be recorded on the same day, so overall a good start. And of course my cargo full, so let's unload the cargo and let's return. Next we have one Ashimu. Ashimu triple webbed. And surprisingly, I did not do full damage on the first hit. That's because I messed up the orbit with the Daredevil and the ship did go out of the web range, which is my fault because I think I messed up the orbit a little bit earlier, and well, it happens, not a big deal. Okay, decent loot. Let's go back to the big boat and let's take a look at the Ashimu kill. 2.3 billion, overall nice, a PvP Ashimu that had rig integrations and pulse leather, so overall looked like a good build. However, I'll admit I did not spend too much time looking at the fit, so if there was a bad module, well, I did not see it. Next target, we have one Badger too that popped in. I was very quick to web the target, or that's what I think. Now the target is webbed. Okay, the Badger has been eliminated. Let's return around the revelation and let's take a look at the kill. 1.8. Oh, come on, it did not drop the Abaddon. 1.8 billion, but unfortunately the Abaddon did not drop, which is a shame because I would love to have one extra chunk in the fleet. Next target, we have another Badger too. Basically this second Badger popped in 30 seconds after the first one. Webbed, almost locked, and the Badger has been yeeted. Okay, let's return around the big boat with the Daredevil, and now let's take a look at the kill. You know, you gotta be kidding me. An Apocalypse Tiger dropped. I mean, I wish it dropped, but it didn't. Well, okay, 1.8 billion, Badger 2 again. Both of them are red, so I guess I'm going to get paid for the kill mails, but unfortunately I'm not going to get paid for the loot. Okay, next target we have another Ashimu. Let's go and web the target with the Daredevil. Although I think I might be a little bit too late with Daredevil. Oh well, the Ashimu did try to burn to the station with a micro drive, and well, lasers plus micro drive plus the revelation doesn't really equal to a ship that's going to be in one piece, and well, the Ashimu did learn that the hard way. And of course the target was red, so yes, very nice ESC rewards are going to be tomorrow. 2.1 billion, my Quobdriv, of course, I could have seen that coming from a very long distance. Also a PvP Ashimu, although this Ashimu had DPS rigs. The revelation is my first capital ship, and I believe it might be one of the few ones with over 1,000 kills. Now the first target for today will be a Vexor Sniper. I am going to send my ult to quickly tackle the Vexor. The Vexor is trying to get out of the bubble, but that's not going to work. Surprisingly, the Vexor is not firing back, at least not at the big boat, but well, they didn't have a chance to shoot at anything. Although I have a feeling that this Vexor is quite expensive, so let me go and open the wreck. I always have the feeling that some ships are quite expensive, so let me see what's inside of the wreck. Back to the revelation, and there's a lot of stuff inside of the cargo hold of that Vexor. Well, there was a lot of stuff, not anymore. Now everything is looted, and let me go dock the Daredevil to unload the loot, and then I'll go back to loot some more. 1.1 billion Vexor Sniper kill. Okay, well, that's a very weird cargo ship, I have to admit. A very weird cargo ship. That's about perhaps 500 million in loot inside of that ship. Next target we have one more interdictor. Now, not really sure what's a interdictor doing here, but there's always a chance that there is a trap, so I'll just shoot at this thing for now. The revelation has farmed a lot of salt, and I'll talk about that in the special revelation video that I do for every ship that has achieved over 1,000 kills. At least for every ship that has participated in the challenge. Not all ships have been participating in this challenge. If the ship dies and if I did not get the necessary kill marks, then the challenge fails, and there is basically no chance to retry it. Basically, if I die and I don't achieve the goal, well, then I have to fly a different ship, because there's only one shot at the challenge. A 1 billion more interdictor kill, nice. Not really sure what they were doing here, but yeah, they have been destroyed. Very nice kill. Let me loot everything that's in the wreck, or not, because my cargo is full. Well, that's the main issue with the Daredevil. It doesn't have a lot of cargo. Next target we have one Tempest Striker. Tracking disruptors are on the Tempest. The Daredevil is orbiting at a safe distance. If the Tempest attempts to shoot at the Daredevil, they will not be able to hit because of the tracking disruptors. And there's a bomber that popped in. That's the secondary target. If the bomber stays, or guess not, the bomber has warped out. Okay, that's fine. The Tempest is now into 35-40% armor. Now the Tempest is into 50% hull. The next hit should be enough to destroy this ship. And the Tempest is destroyed. Nice. That was a very good kill. Okay, let me take a look at the wreck. I mean at the kill, not at the wreck. 1.9 billion Tempest. Okay, autocannons, a passive tank, passive shield tank. Not bad. Next target we have one Dominic's. Dominic's has been webbed. Dominic's now into 50% armor. Tracking disruptors and the Guardian disruptor is on the Dominic's, because I don't know if they are using turrets or if they are using missile launchers. A lot of Dominic's started to run turrets for some weird reason. Not really sure why that's the case, but yes. Okay, let's take a look at the kill. 787 million, not bad. Dual webs, a lot of warp core optimizers, the usual. I haven't seen a ship without warp core optimizers in a very long time. Nowadays all ships have warp core optimizers. Next we have one Nereus 2. Not really sure if using the tracking disruptors and the guidance disruptor is going to do something, but just in case. And the Nereus of course has been destroyed. Let's take a look at the kill. 1.1 billion, not bad. I always like to shoot down these freighters because sometimes they are loaded. They are loaded to the roof, and this one was loaded, but the loot is, I would say, not that expensive, but you know, could be useful for some situations. Next target we have one Ashimu. The Ashimu has tracking disruptors on them, and the Ashimu has been destroyed. Nice. Always nice when we catch one of these faction cruisers. They can be expensive. The Ashimu is one of the most expensive faction cruisers, but unfortunately it's not the best one anymore. Used to be such a good ship, but nowadays I prefer to fly the Cinnabal over the Ashimu, which is a little bit sad, but it is what it is. Alright, next target we have another Ashimu. This is the second Blood Raider faction cruiser today. And well, that ship did not last long at all. One hit was all that I needed. And based on the amount of missions that I have completed, this should be a pretty expensive one, 2.4 billion. Very nice. But unfortunately the loot ferry wasn't very nice to us today, and well, we missed one very expensive drone and we missed one very expensive B-type armor repair. But overall 2.4 billion is a very nice kill. Now next target we have one worm. Now this worm was quite salty. They escaped the first time because they have a cloaking device, but they did come back, and this time I was prepared. They got tackled and well, they got destroyed. This is why you don't throw salt at players, because you never know when the player can actually, you know, destroy your ship. Because well, karma exists, and well, karma did its thing in the case of this this worm. There's the cloaking device, and the worm had a lot of stuff in the cargo hold. Although I have to admit, I have received a lot of salt from that alliance. Not really sure why that's the case, but that alliance seems to be very salty. Or coalition, not really sure what they classify as. Now next target we have one Hurricane Logistic. They have been webbed. And they survived the first hit. Okay, 20,000. Looks like this Hurricane has pretty good resistances. Next target popped in as well with one Stabber. Okay. The Hurricane has been destroyed. Let's go after the next target, which is this Stabber. That poor cruiser just arrived at the wrong time. And the Stabber has also been destroyed. Nice. Okay, well, that was nice. The Hurricane should be a pretty expensive kill. I have a feeling that that's the case, but we're about to find out. 652 million, actually really solid Hurricane kill. A full-on logistic build, and this was a 9 million Stabber. Next target we have one Dramiel. The Dramiel is trying to burn out off the bubble, but the Daredevil is faster. The Dramiel got triple webbed. Should be enough for my turret to track, but we will find out. And the Dramiel has been destroyed. Excellent. So with 3 webs I am able to hit a Dramiel using an afterburner. Very nice. Very good. Very important information to know. Okay, let's take a look at the kill. 264 million. A very cheap build, I have to admit. This Dramiel was built for missions, which is very interesting. Next target we have one Astero. Now this Astero looks quite expensive. This Astero looks really expensive, and well, hopefully it does drop some very nice stuff. They have been webbed, so they are not going to be able to move anywhere, and well, they are getting locked on, and the Astero is destroyed. I was lagging a little bit. My internet has been very horrible lately, so my apologies for any lag. 2.2 billion Astero, very nice. I would say above average value, but unfortunately the loot fairy said no, and I did not get the most important modules, but that's some pretty good loot, and I believe they also dropped some Sister of Eve debris, and I think I'm also going to be paid for destroying that ship, so overall I would say about 1 billion in ISK value from that Astra. And 1 billion is still pretty good, so not going to complain at all. Next we have one Tempest. Okay, let's launch the Daredevil towards the Tempest. They will be webbed at any moment now. Okay, webbed. First hit, 33,000. The Tempest is now into armor. There is some local salt going on there, let's ignore that for now. Let's see if my friend needs to do the Conquer Pass. If they have to do the Conquer Pass, then I will not destroy this ship. That's why I have disabled the siege mode. And looks like my friends will get the kill, which is fine. I will keep on shooting the Tempest without the siege mode, just so that I damage it until low hull, just in case if this Tempest decides to do something, although I'm pretty sure they can't do anything even if they want to, but you know, that's fine. Okay, nice. Back inside the siege mode, and let's take a look at the kill. 496 million. Is it just me, or did that Tempest lack a lot of modules? Okay, well, that's interesting. Next we have one RB Covertops 3 or RB3 Covertops. They have been triple webbed. And they have been destroyed. Nice. Should have waited a little bit longer before shooting, because the RB has a small signature radius and they can be quite difficult to hit. But eventually the relation does hit the target. 1.4 billion, very nice. A PvP build as well. Unfortunately, the best modules did not drop, which is so far which started to happen a lot more often than usual, but I guess that's okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Next target we have one Dominix. The Dominix took a whole hit on the shield there. A big hit on the shield. Now the Dominix is into armor. They have been webbed. The Dominix now into hull. And the Dominix is destroyed. It took me about 3 hits to destroy this ship. Which means the pilot had good skills. Usually, if the ship has bad skills, it takes me 1 or 2 hits. 697 million, very nice. Not really sure why they used autocannons, but okay. I still prefer to use missile launchers on the drone boats. Next we have one Megatron. Launching the alt to web the target. This ship looks very nice looking. Nanocore, not really sure which one it is, but we will find out very soon. Megatron is into armor. Now they are in low hull. One more hit should do the job. Unless the relation misses, which happens rarely, but it did not miss, and the Megatron has been destroyed. Okay. Let's take a look at the kill, and let me loot the wreck on the alt. 472 million. A quite cheap Megatron. Looks like a build for missions, which is okay. Overall, solid looking build. It is cheap, but still can work really well. Next we have one Sunensis. My Daredevil is in warp because, well, every time I go to change the loot to unlock to unload the loot in the station, something pops in, and in this case the Sunensis popped in. Let me lock on the Daredevil, let me lock on the Sunensis. Okay, let's web this destroyer. I always like to shoot at destroyers, not really sure why. But recently, I don't like the sight of destroyers, so I like to destroy them. Okay, double webbed, triple webbed, and let me focus fire, and the story has been yeeted. Let's go back to the revelation, and let me take a look at the kill. That's one drawback for using the Daredevil as tackle. 190 million, not bad. A cloaking device and analyzers. Okay, let's not look at that build anymore. I have a lot of questions about that build, but now it's not the time for it. Actually, let me go and loot, because why not? Perhaps there is something quite expensive inside. There is that small micro drift which can be sold for a good price. That's why I went and looted the wreck. Next we have one Cyclone. The Daredevil launched to tackle the target. Disruptors, and the guidance disruptor is working actively on the ship. And the Cyclone has been destroyed. Now my game on the alt crashed, so that's why the alt did not web the target, but it didn't matter because I have destroyed the Cyclone, and the Cyclone had, surprisingly or not surprisingly, a very cursed build. Next target we have one Prophecy. Let's launch the alt. The alt basically with the Daredevil is like a big drone, a big fighter, so that's how it feels. Now this Prophecy has a very nice looking nanocore or skin. Not really sure which one it is, but as I like to say, we're about to find out. The Prophecy has been destroyed. Let's return the alt around the orbit of the mothership for the extra capacitor and for protection. 268 million, an armor tank, Prophecy, and they had the Blood Raider core. Okay, overall solid. Next we have a Prophecy command. Let's lock on. Launching my ults on the Prophecy. They have been webbed, and they have been destroyed. Always nice to shoot down a command Prophecy. They can be very good and very scary ships, especially if they have a very good DPS output. 345 million, not bad. Next target we have one Bomber. The Bomber has been webbed, and the Bomber has been destroyed. I have seen a lot of bombers lately, and we had a couple bomber fleets try to attack our camp, and well, all of the ships on the bomber team have been yeeted. So yeah, it did not end well for them. It did end well for us. 72 million, not bad. Next we have a Manticore, also a bomber, and I believe there is one more bomber on the way. Well then, we have two targets, two bombers, well, one bomber. And now the next one, let's blow it up. Not really sure what's happening here, but okay. Let's return to the big boat. And a Venture 3 has Did they call it Venture T? Well, it's not a Venture Trainer, that's for sure. It's a Venture 3. Okay, well, let's just blow it up, because why not? I usually don't go and I usually don't aim to hunt mining ships, but if they just happen to end in the camp, well, then I'll just destroy them. They sometimes can have very good loot. Next target, we have one Drake. Launched the alt to tackle. They have been webbed and the Drake has been destroyed. Let's look at the build, at the fit and at the kill. Well, wish I did not look at the kill, was cursed as usual. Next we have another Drake and it's the same pilot. Okay, well, launching the alt to tackle and blowing up the ship, and the Drake has been destroyed. Next target, there is a Cyclone, and typical, my alt was already in the station because I was, well, unloading the loot, so launching the alt back at the gate to web the target, because it looks like I can't hit the target because it's moving. Alt is in warp. Okay, let's go and orbit the Cyclone. They have been webbed, and now I'll open fire, and the Cyclone survived on low hull in the first hit. Okay, they're trying to burn back to the gate, but I believe they're not moving fast enough to reach the gate on time, and the Cyclone has been destroyed. Nice. $316 million, quite a expensive Cyclone, and they have the normal shield tank. Next target, we have another Cyclone. Okay, let's lock on. This time my alt is close by, so I can quickly engage. And the Cyclone has been destroyed. Nice. Another pretty solid kill. Now I actually stopped shooting at my own alt. I got used to the setup, and I have to admit, it was quite hilarious when I clicked focus fire, and I was wondering, why aren't my hits hitting the target? Well, turns out I was shooting at my alt. This was one Talos 2, also a very nice target, destroyed in one hit. Let's take a look at the kill. 369 million. A PvP Talos, passive armor tank, interesting. Next we have one Harby prototype, a red one, so it means I'll get paid for shooting them down. They have been webbed. Disruptors are prepared. And looks like my internet died. That's what happens. That happens every day almost nowadays, unfortunately. Okay, swap to the internet, and well, the Harby is destroyed. However, it takes a while to load the explosion because, well, internet lag, and there we go. The Harby is destroyed. For a second I thought that they might go after the Daredevil, but Luckily they didn't. I believe the tracking disruptors did the job there just fine, which is why I use them in this combination. 170 million. A cursed Harby as well, okay. Next target, we have one Battlecruiser. My apologies, we have one Nereus 2. Let's see if this Nereus drops something interesting. Well, I think they did not drop anything interesting, unfortunately, which is fine. Sometimes things like this do happen and the transport ship is empty, but no big deal. 477 million is still a pretty solid kill. Next target, we have one Tornado. Tornado has been webbed. I missed with the first hit, which is fine. And the second hit did land and the Tornado has been destroyed. Very nice. Let's take a look at the kill. 280 million. A sniper with a medium micro warp drive. Well, looks like this Tornado might actually be a PvP one, although not really sure how that would work with that build. Next we have another Prophecy. I still love to shoot down drone boats. That's something that I guess will never change. The Prophecy has an armor tank. By the effects, they did survive the first hit on very low shield and armor. Why did they boost shield and why did they have an armor hardener effect? I have several questions. This might be a cursed Prophecy. We will find out. Let's take a look at the kill. Well, surprisingly, it's not cursed. It's actually a pretty good armor tank. Not really sure why the shield went up there, but okay. Next, we have a Nemesis. The bomber has been webbed. And the Nemesis has been destroyed. Nice. Let's take a look at the kill. 148 million. Not bad. Next, we have another Prophecy. This is Prophecy number, I don't know, 5. I've shot down over 5,000 Prophecies. I tried to count, and I've reached page 500 with only Prophecy kills, so yeah. I've destroyed a lot of Prophecies, and there is more than that, and probably more to come, so yeah. One of the more popular battlecruisers in the game. And it's a pretty good ship, honestly. The Prophecy is actually pretty solid. A very, very solid ship, and it's also very fun to use. Okay, let's go to the next target. We have one Hurricane prototype. Let's destroy this ship as well. Okay, I missed with the first hit, which is surprising, considering the fact that they have been webbed, but I guess okay. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. That's how the capital ships feel. And I don't plan to change the build. When I start flying the Chemosh, it will be about the same build, however it will have capital Nosferatus and lots of webs because of the extra web range. So that's going to be the only big difference between the Revelation and Chemosh when we receive the faction Dreadnoughts. Next target, we have another Tornado. Okay, they survived the first hit. They have been webbed. And the Tornado is destroyed. Again, very nice. Let's give some capacitor to the Daredevil. This will probably not work very well when I start flying the Chemosh, because I'm pretty sure I will kill the capacitor of my ship many times before I get used to the controls. Next target, we have one Omen Sniper. Okay, this ship looks like it has the Death Wish Nanocore. We're about to find out. Tracking disruptors are on the ship. They have been applied. And the Omen survived the first hit on very low hull. Let's see if the second hit connects, and it does. And the ship has been destroyed. Okay. Nice. Let's return the alt around the orbit of the big boat. And now I can take a look at the kill. 726 million. This is a pretty expensive Omen sniper. A very good kill actually. And it's also red, which means I'll get paid for the kill. An armor tank. I feel like this is a PvP build, and yes it is, dual points, okay. And no nanocore, so this is a skin, not the Deathwish nanocore, okay. Still looks pretty nice. Next we have one stabber sniper. The next sniper cruiser that will be destroyed today, I guess. Their shield was already damaged a little bit. And they have been destroyed by the revelation, very nice. One more sniper cruiser has been destroyed. Let's take a look at the kill. 295 million. They used autocannons. A micro-warp-drive, and looks like this ship was built for missions. Unfortunately the mission did not drop, but overall looked like a pretty good kill. Next target we have one stabber modified from the same pilot. They returned. Oh well, let's destroy the pilot again, I guess. Not really sure why they have returned, but yeah. 3 ISK for me, I guess. Already made a lot of ISK lately, doing a lot of things in the game. And the stabber has been destroyed. Nice. Let's take a look at the kill. 71 million. And about the same build as before. Okay, let's go to the next target. We have one assault destroyer. Like I mentioned before, I love to destroy destroyers, so let's destroy the destroyer. Alt sent to web. They have been webbed. The lasers have been heated up. And well, the ram did cause me to miss the target, which is fine. The next shot is already loading, so the next time the laser fire, the Corax will be destroyed. And there we go. The assault destroyer has been destroyed. Another destroyer has been eliminated. And of course it's a red one, so I'll get paid for doing this. 65 million. And this was also a PvP Corax assault. Very interesting. Next target we have an Oracle. And the Oracle is destroyed. Let's take a look at the kill. 846 million, very nice. Very nice kill and very good value. Alright, well, this was probably one of the last runs, one of the last flights that the Revelation had. Again, there will be a special video for the ship, for the 1000 kill marks coming up very soon. Basically, I'll take the best kills, best fights and do a compilation. And of course, very soon I'll also do the yearly compilation of the best fights of the year as well, because that's what I like to do every December. So, again, the Revelation has been an amazing ship, a very beautiful ship as well. And I'm very happy to be flying it. I was very happy to fly it, and I'm definitely looking forward for the faction dreadnoughts. When I get my hands on the Chemosh, that's when the fun will begin, because oh man, I plan to do the same thing on the Chemosh when it's released, and flying a faction dreadnought will be fun. So with that being said, hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.